Good afternoon, fellow anti-novelists and friends. It's Miss Princess Kitty. She's hunkered down on the desk, giving me comfort and moral support as I embark on this writing journey that is writing this book for you. But today, I want to take a little foray into a chapter that I have been working on, which involves copy work. Who amongst you does copy work? And by that, I simply mean, if you're following Scott Scheper, you know what copy work is because he has personally copied out The Great Gatsby by Fitzgerald by hand on, I believe, a yellow legal pad. So this is the next book that I am going to copy work, and I'm going to advocate very strongly that you guys do it too, if you don't already. So let's talk about some of the writers who have invoked the practice of copy work. Just looking at Fitzgerald, authors such as Jack London and Hunter S. Thompson both copied out by hand, word for word, The Great Gatsby. Jack London, I happen to know for a fact, also copied the work of Rudyard Kipling in order to learn how to write. So what are we learning from these guys? London, Hunter S. Thompson, another one of my most favorite writers in the whole wide universe, David Foster Wallace, copied by hand the works of other authors. Why should you do this? Well, I'm going to break it down for you in my book that I'm writing for you, Zettelkasten for Fiction Writers, where imagination finds order. But I'll give you a little sneak peek, because as I was building my note cards for the book, I started to think, that is such a critical piece of learning good writing. Not only do you get to see the work through the author's eyes, but you get to slow down, you get to really savor the language and the choices that the author made, and that, my friend, is how you learn. So I just want to give you a quick peek. This book is I want to say it's about a 500-page, 8.5 by 6.5 journal. And this, my friends, is where I do some of my copy work. Oh, look, there's me and my daddy when I was a teenager. Oh, cute. But this is where I go through books, different things that I'm interested in that catch my attention, and I copy those original things from the author. I'm learning diction, I'm refining putting sentences together in such a way that they please me, and I'm really learning to engage with the author of the book that I'm copying. A second example of that I use, and I don't know if anybody else does this, but I'm showing you my inner working, so I'm going to show you this journal, which is also about a 500-page, 8.5 by 6.5 journal. But another practice that I do quite regularly is I copy art. I go to different artists, something catches my eye, something I find interesting or pretty, and I just copy other artists' work. I would never use it for anything public. It's strictly for my own meditative practice, but it helps me understand, why did the artist make those choices? If the line goes this way instead of that way, what does that mean? And what does it feel like when you do it with your hand? For me, that's part of the critical piece of learning how to create beautiful pictures or how to write beautiful prose or even poetry. Doesn't matter. Copy whatever you like. So that is my challenge to you today. As I choose a journal, I don't know which one I'm going to use yet. I might use one of these, which are these beautiful handmade, decal-edged, raw paper journals that just have a jillion pages in them. I love these so much, and I've wanted something special to use them for. I have 2 of them. So I might use one of these as my new copybook. I don't know. Or I got this groovy little spiral bound journal, which I might use this one because it's spiral bound, so I can close, I can open it and lay it flat. And then when I'm done writing on one page, I can flip it and write on the other. So I'm kind of leaning towards this just because I like the spiral bound format, especially for copying, because you've got another book sitting next to it that you're copying from. So I don't know. I think that's my vote. I think I'm going to use this college rule journal, 7 by 10 with nice narrow, I love me a narrow college rule paper. Love that so much. I love the cream. That is just a nice paper. good tooth. It's smooth with just a little bit of tooth, so my favorite fountain pen will just glide across it. So I think I've just sold myself. Bingo. I'm going to start copying The Great Gatsby into this book. So I would encourage you to pick a great work, something that you've always wanted to engage with or read or take a deeper dive into. Get yourself a beloved journal that you can work in and get busy copying. Let's do some copy work together, because that's going to sharpen our skills. It's going to hone both our eye and our ear as we follow lining out those thoughts from the original author, and it's going to help us ultimately become better writers. So today's edition of Zettelkasten for Fiction is Start Your Copy Work. I'm going to get busy. It's only 4:30 here at the cattle ranch in the Midwest. I've got 2 task blocks, 2 sprints that I can do. So I'm going to flip over my extra large hourglass twice so that I get 2 30-minute sprints, and I'm going to start copying. I would encourage you to do the same. I will see you tomorrow.